Hello everyone, I'm Liliya Stepanova and this is a video class about acrylic painting. Today we are going to create a painting on a toed canvas. We are going to have a basic black background with bright textured fruits. Let's start. We won't use a lot of paints today. The main colors will be black, white, lemon yellow, red, some shades of green, a bright one and a little darker one, and blue. Now let's put only the black paint on our palette. Be careful when working with acrylic paints. Don't put too much paint on the palette, because acrylic paint, unlike oil paint, dries rather quickly. It is better add more acrylic paint when you need it. So let's take a white paintbrush. Now diluting the paint with water, cover the canvas. Today I'm using a 45-70 cm canvas, a small textured canvas. You will also need a hairdryer. Keep it within arm's reach. We use it to dry the layer. That will let us work more quickly. Let's slightly dry the canvas with a hairdryer. Keep the hairdryer at a distance of 20-25 cm. Move your hand evenly. Do not keep it in one place for a long time. Let's dry the surface quickly and then make a second layer. After drying, you can clearly see where there is less paint and where there is more paint. So to have a nice even layer, we need to prime the surface one more time. When you make this layer, you will cover more evenly the texture of the canvas. I'm going to add some more paint. Please note that I am only adding a little bit. I dilute it slightly with water. Let's finish with our toning. Dry the surface with the hairdryer and prepare the white acrylic paint for our palette. Only the white one. We will use the white paint to make a sketch of our future fruits and also an undercoat. What does that mean? We'll have to tone our fruits entirely with the white color. Then the next layers of the yellow, red and green paints will look brighter against the black background. So here is our picture. Let's dry the surface. Our canvas is primed. Let's make sure that the layer has dried out. Let's add the white acrylic paint to our palette. When working with acrylic paints, you should always have a water container, so that you can wash your paintbrush. We have laid the white acrylic paint. Let's take any medium-sized brush. Make the sketch. Let's finish painting the lemon. Let's also dry it with the hairdryer. Well, now it's time to switch to the water. Let the white paint dry itself. Let's do it this way. We need to add a little bit of blue paint to our palette. I'll take blue ultramarine. We won't use it in its pure form. We need it to make an undercoat for the water. Let's mix a little bit of blue ultramarine paint, a little bit of black paint and white paint. That will give us a muted grey-blue color. It is quite soft, pleasant, but it is necessary for us to try it first to see how it will look like on our canvas. The color you see on the palette may look different on the canvas, so do not mix a lot of paint at once. Mix a little bit, try it on the canvas, look to see if the color fits your composition, and then continue to work. Right now, I'm holding a stencil brush in my hand. What does that mean? Please note that it doesn't have a tip, it is cut. We use such a brush to apply the paint in stencils. You fix a stencil and apply any pattern. In painting, such brushes are also used to make unusual effects, as you can see here. You can make such a brush at home yourself. Take any rounded paintbrush and carefully cut it with scissors, and that's it. So the color, let's try the color. Pay attention to the water edges for each of our items. That's enough. Let's check the white paints. They have dried a little bit, but they are still fresh. That is why we will have to use the hairdryer. Also, while you are working, change the water in the container more often so as not to make the next color dirty. We don't have an orange paint. Let's try the color. That's good. Cover the surface of the orange with the same dabbing movement. Let's wipe the brush and wash it. Wipe it with a napkin, remove the excess water. The paint dilutes with the water, so the paint becomes more liquid. We don't need it yet. Cover the surface of the canvas with the lemon yellow paint. Now let's switch to the bright green color. Prime the lime. Wipe a little bit. Dishevel the brush a little bit. Let's try the shade. We can add a little bit more lemon yellow. Yes, that's much nicer. Take a smaller brush. Set your hand. You can hold on to the easel with one hand and put your second hand on it. When you work with well-defined edges and with even contours, your hand should always rest on something. So, now let's add the shades at the top of the water. In some places, let's add the shades and overtones on the neighboring bubbles. The lemon will reflect the color of the orange, and the orange will have some green colors. So wash the brush very carefully, then take the orange color. Let's work with the smaller brush. We do it the same way as we made the gray colored undercoat for the water. Hold the brush the same way. You can narrow your eyes and look through the eyelashes at the shapes, at the direction that you got, and compare them to the original. Through the eyelashes, we can see better what we have already made. Try it. The water casts a shadow partly on the lime. Take a thin brush. Let's find the outline. In some places, where there are shadows, lay the dark green. Here you will need to use water. If you already have a dry surface, you can do it. The lower layer won't be diluted. You get a beautiful, clear shadow. Let's wash the brush. Mix the yellow and red paints. We will get an orange color. Let's make overtones on the water, near the lime clear, then the nearby orange. We work with the small, rounded brush. Right now, we are at the detailing stage. Make the shadow on the right side of the orange. Try to put the yellow paint on your finger and at once add the color to the canvas. Wipe away with a dry finger. It doesn't matter whether you use gloves or not. But if you work with acrylic paints, it is better to wear gloves, because it absorbs very well, dries up well on your hand. So, now take a palette knife of any shape. It's not important. Put the paint on its edge. Well, of course, we don't need a big palette knife. It is better to use an average-sized one. And let's add the texture. Add the white color. We will mark the dark shades the same way. Now let's slide on the surface on the lemon's texture. Add more light. And now the lime. Mix the lemon yellow, green and white paints. Now let's put things in order on the entire surface of our canvas. If required, go through the outlines again. Look at the painting. Maybe you need to add a bit more light to the background. After that, we need to dry our painting and cover it with the lacquer. Now let's dry our work. Take a delicate small brush. We need to outline the surface of the water more thoroughly. Let's mix the orange paint with water and also at the upper part, add small splashes. Now take the white color. Make larger outstretched splashes. Wipe a little bit, then tear. Let's dry the surface with the hairdryer. And now we can finally cover our painting with the lacquer. You can sign the work. In a free area, in a free corner. In the opposite corner, let's write down the year. When you sign your painting, you need to know that the frame takes 5 millimeters of your canvas, so don't sign too close to the edge of the painting. Cover the painting with the lacquer. I will leave my work on the easel. But usually you need to put your painting on a horizontal surface so that the lacquer does not run. Use a wide brush to cover the canvas both vertically and horizontally. Notice how each shade begins to shine, especially the black one. The acrylic glossy lacquer shows a bit of lilaceous shade. It's okay for it, don't be afraid. When the lacquer dries out, it becomes transparent. Make the first layer. I cover thickly. Maybe one layer is enough. If after drying, some time later, you'll find out the gaps or uneven surface, you can cover one more time. After using the lacquer, wash the brush with warm water. You can use a soap. That's all. Let it dry. Our work is ready. I wish you success. Try to work with acrylic paints. Do not give up on them if you fail at first. It's a very interesting material. See you soon. Bye.